Well, guys, breaking news. Not necessarily the best news. There are a lot of folks who are very heavy-hearted this morning, and I want to offer some encouragement. So the breaking news is that Burkina Faso has declined on its offer of citizenship. There will be no citizenship for Afro-descendants in Burkina Faso. They have had, there has been an emergency call for those folks who were on that list and looking forward to making their journey there to Burkina and gaining their citizenship there. And they are crushed. They're heartbroken. Y'all, this is a time that I can only say, I hope you guys feel my heart, and that is, it doesn't matter to me which country you were inbound to. This isn't about being right or any of those things. This is about having a heart of compassion. I want you guys to know that there's still hope. Please don't lose hope, okay? Benin Republic is still a very valid option for those who are seeking citizenship. As I told you guys when I first started making these videos, that Benin Republic is the only country on the African continent who has made citizenship by recognition or based on your descendancy a law. It is a law. It is part of the Constitution now. I have spoken directly with some high-ranking people here on the ground who have made it very clear that there's no intention of revoking, taking it back, repealing the law, any of those things. It's here to stay, okay? We are getting into an election year, right? This current president, Patrice Talon, is the outgoing president. So the first question people would have would be, what would happen to the citizenship law when the new president comes? Well, I'm going to tell you that it's very hopeful here in Benin, and it is staying, that Benin Republic has already announced its front runner for presidency. You know, there's still being an election process and all of that stuff, but the key candidate who is the front runner to follow this current president has been announced. He is one of the key players in this citizenship conversation, in the anti-corruption initiatives that have taken place here in Benin Republic. And so what I can tell you is that we can look forward to all of the progress and advances that have happened in Benin Republic over the last 10 years to continue here in Benin Republic. So I want to just really take the time to encourage those of you who had your hopes fully set on Burkina Faso. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't go there to live, that you might not want to still relocate there, but as they have made it known that citizenship will not be offered and will not be available, you may want to consider Benin Republic for your citizenship. You can, it's close enough, and if you wanted to gain citizenship here and still be a part of life in Burkina Faso, you could do that, or in Ghana, or in Gambia, or any of those things. Benin Republic's passport is, in fact, the strongest intra-African passport of any of the passports that exist. So you can travel most freely throughout the continent of Africa with your Benin passport. Okay, so Again, this is breaking news. There has been an emergency call, and a lot of people are really, really heartbroken. And so I wanted to take the time to respond and let you guys know that I care. I really do. Part of the reason why I've been so involved in the process here and letting people know about how to apply and maybe go through a consultant instead of trying to do it on your own is because I know the hope that we have in this, and I don't want people's hearts to be broken if something goes wrong, or you file your application wrong, or you do something that causes a rejection. Now, I will tell you that Benin Republic is not looking for reasons to reject people. They actually want us here. We are welcomed here. I've heard it from the mouths. Okay? So, this one about Burkina Faso feels like a gut punch. It feels like a gut punch. And there are people who are really, really very upset, very heartbroken. But I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. Don't give up hope. Don't feel stuck. Don't feel like there aren't other options. There are other options. And I'm just here to tell you that Benin Republic is one of those options. That I'm here on the ground. I live here, have been living here. I'm going to keep living here. I'm very involved, hands-on with consultancy regarding citizenship, residency, any of those things. So if you need assistance, if you need to talk to someone, I'm going to spend today seeing what I can do to maybe do a special offer or something for those of you who were in process with Burkina Faso and have found that that's not going to be an option. Y'all give me a minute, but this is the wee hours. I literally, somebody hit my phone at like 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I got up. I was like, okay, I got to get up and I got to say something to the people so that they don't feel like all is lost. So this is my heartfelt response. I'm so sorry that has happened. There's a lot going on this world stage, and I don't want you guys to feel like all hope is lost. So I'm just here to let you know that I feel the pain. I feel it as a gut punch just as much as you do, even though I was not headed to Burkina Faso. I'm here in Benin. But what I know is that different people are drawn to different places for different reasons. And so those who were drawn to Burkina Faso and had hopes of gaining their citizenship there, this is a heavy hit. And I don't want you to be discouraged. I want to encourage you. I want you to know that you don't have to give up, that you're not stuck, that all is not lost, that there are many of us, not just me here in Benin Republic. I am here, and Benin Republic's citizenship offer is solid. You should know that. It is solid. It is law. It is not going away. It's not just supported by this presidency, but by the entire government. Again, as I said, what we know about the person that has been announced as the lead front runner for presidency incoming after post-election, like it's most likely, like no, there's no guarantee, nobody can say, but it's highly likely that the man who has been announced will be the next president, and he is a huge supporter both of citizenship and anti-corruption, and so it's stable here. If you need help, guys, please reach out. Please reach out. I'm going to make videos all day today, post everything on YouTube, Facebook, here on TikTok. You can reach out to some of my collaborators, Candace, who is American mom, global citizen, travel awkward. Get into their networks. They are directing you here to me. I'm here if you want to reach out to me directly. If there are some other countries that you're interested in, not Benin, go reach out to Brother Fode in Sierra Leone. There are people, and I will do my best to help direct you to some place, okay? You guys, be encouraged. Don't give up. Know that there are options, okay?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today my name is Mesuba. We are going to talk about a video that TikTok apparently wouldn't post. It's about Burkina Faso, no citizenship for Afro descendants. Yeah, you heard me right. Let's break this down. From my own point of view, it sounds strange because this one hits deep. First off, let's call this what it is: exclusion dressed up in nationalism. When a country starts denying citizenship to people because of where their ancestors were enslaved or displaced, that is not protection, that is discrimination. It's ironic, right? African nations were victims of colonialism and racism, yet now some of them are repeating the same system of exclusion the colonizers used. Citizenship should be about belongings, not bloodlines. Every black person with African roots deserves respect and recognition, not rejection. See, this is part of a large story across the world. People of African descent are still treated like outsiders, even on their own continent. Global capitalism and old colonial borders divide us. Now, government uses those divisions to protect power and resources.
Captain Ibrahim Traore has rescinded his offer for Black African Americans to gain or maintain citizenship in Burkina Faso. And there's a lot of other cultures that are confused as to why Black Americans are celebrating this. Now, I need y'all to understand that Judas looked exactly like the other disciples. Exactly. What is she talking about? Judas looked exactly like the other disciples. What we're seeing right in front of us happening in Africa is something that our ancestors have wished for centuries, for eons, right? And now that it's happening, it's kind of like the situation where you have been bitten by a zombie, so to speak. And you know that there's only a certain amount of time before the infection that starts on your arm where you've gotten bitten at will spread through your bloodstream to your heart and then to your brain. So in a split few seconds, you have a decision. You can either cut off your arm to prevent the blood flow from getting from the infection to the remainder of your body, or you can stay attached and allow it to get to the remainder of your body and to destroy you and eat you alive. Right now, with the way that things are moving in the world, America is the zombie that bit. And Black African America is the arm. The thing about African Americans is we always gonna be good, no matter what. We know that, which is why you see a lot of us saying, please close your borders. Do not, and I mean do not, I don't care how much they beg, do not open that citizenship up to us until you have certainty that Burkina Faso, the Sahel states, and several parts of Africa is going to be safe. The reason for that is because we know that by them not putting a tax or anything on the citizenship going to Burkina Faso and several other countries in the surrounding nations, there is an intention there to utilize us as a staff that they can wield in whatever direction to destabilize that country, the same way they did Libya, the same way they did Liberia, the same way they did Sudan, Somalia, and several other places in Africa. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are sitting at the apex of the pyramid that is bringing to life what our ancestors have begged for centuries. We're seeing the world order change, where the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And in doing so, America is going to use whatever they can get. Even if that means kidnapping our babies, doing whatever they can to try and utilize us to hurt them. So the only other option is to cut the arm off and burn the end of your limb to make sure that the infection doesn't spread and that you can save everybody else or every other limb. That is why you see us telling them, it's okay. It's okay. Do what you got to do. We understand. We will meet you on the other side of this. But right now, we got to handle this shit over here. Is it hurtful? Absolutely. But is it necessary? Without a doubt. Because we know what's been done to them and what's been done to us. And we know that sometimes sacrifices have to be made. And what we've been able to do throughout eons of time is always survive. Bottom line, we've always been able to survive, no matter what has been given to us, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, it's been nothing. Absolutely nothing has ever been given to us. And look where we are now. And we've done that without the help of anybody. In fact, there were several African countries that were looking to help us and give us a leg up. And the United States wanted to eat off of it. And because they couldn't, they blocked us from being able to have it. So if you are a Burkinabe, a Malian, a Nigerian, someone from Niger, because Nigeria is different than Nigeria, I'm just going to let y'all know right up front, do your best. Build your homes. And most importantly, don't stop. We going to be all right. And we going to see y'all on the other side of this. Believe that.
Burkina Faso. Let's talk about Burkina Faso. They just rejected all African diaspora citizenship applications. I told y'all this was coming. I said, and I specifically said some time ago, when you're dealing with Africa, you need to use caution. Africa isn't just a prop in your plan B fantasy. It's a living, breathing continent run by politics, power, and protectionism. You can't just decide you're going to Africa because America is getting tight. It don't work like that. And I keep telling y'all that. One thing about Americans that I have been told by people in my industry leaders, that's like, Americans' expectations are all over the place. They are. And you need to manage those expectations. And that's what I'm here for. And a lot of y'all don't like the fact that I'm trying to manage your expectations and tell y'all the truth. You're dealing with systems that remember colonization firsthand. Okay? This is what you're dealing with. And governments, they're protecting their resources. They're not seeking redemption arcs. When Burkina Faso says no, that's not rejection, that's strategy. And let me tell you something else, and I mentioned this in another video. I approach these vendors in these other countries. There's Americans trying to colonize their business right now. Oh, trying to co-brand, they trying to white label. That's business colonization. Also, what I'm finding, what I'm hearing from boots on the ground in Ghana, they hate the fact that Americans are coming over there with not being unified, not having unity in mind, and separating themselves from the rest of the population. Well, why are you going to Ghana if you're going to separate yourself from everybody else, from the local culture? That's another thing that they're having an issue with. And see, that's why I built the 2025 African Relocation Black Book, because going to Africa is not for the weak. It's for the prepared. And you need to understand land law, citizenship tiers, cultural power structures, and economic alignment before you even touch down. But see, again, y'all sitting up here listening to these influencers that done touched down and sold you a PDF for $24.99, and then you think it's all good. Look. If you are serious about relocating, and start with strategy, not emotion. The final emergency briefing is October 12th, this Sunday. The tools are in the bio because the doors are closing, and you need to know which ones are still open. Point blank, period.
And let's talk about the hypocrisy. Leaders talk about Pan-Africanism, Black unity, and decolonization. But when Africa descendants want to come home, suddenly it's no citizenship. That's not Pan-Africanism. That is gatekeeping. So yeah, this video raises hard questions. Are we really building an Africa for all Africans, or just a few chosen ones? If you believe in equality, in justice, and in black unity, hit that like buttons, drop a comment, and let's keep the conversation alive, because no algorithm can silence truth.